So, good morning, legendary students. This is Krishna, HOD of Geology, Sri Vasavi Degree College. I'm going to start today a new topic that is types of digestion. Types of digestion. Mainly, already we discussed yesterday or day after yesterday. What is digestion? What is a digestive tract? What are the digestive glands are there? What is the digestion mechanism? And what are the gastrointestinal hormones are we discussed, right? Today we are going to discussing about a very important thing that is uh, types of digestion. Okay, types of digestion, mainly two types of digestion are there. Two types of digestion, right? So that is number one. Okay, intracellular digestion and extracellular digestion. Intracellular digestion and extracellular digestion is there. What is intracellular digestion? Intra means what? Intra means the digestion takes place in the within the cell. Within the cell, that is called what happened, ma? So that is intracellular digestion. Okay, the digestion. Okay. So the digestion, which is takes place. What is digestion already given? So that is the complex molecules of carbohydrates and proteins and lipids which are break down into to form of glucose, amino acids, and fatty acids and glycerols in the presence of hydrolytic enzymes, right? So thus intracell, that type of mechanism which is takes place in the cell, two types of there. That is to one is number one is that is intracellular digestion. The intracellular digestion takes place, okay, within a very important thing within the cell. The digestion is called intracellular digestion. Example: protozoa, porifera, and cylinderata, and of course metazoans are there. Once I repeat, mainly best example protozoa. That protozoa are Hydra, cylinderata example. So the protozoa should take amoeba. Amoeba should be engulfing the food material. The amoeba, which is a freshwater animal, the amoeba which is present in the water and especially that is freshwater. Okay, this amoeba with help of the pseudopodia, which is engulfing the food material, into the cell. Remembering one thing, amoeba is a single cell, not multiple cell and metazoan. Okay, amoeba is a unicellular organism, a single cell organism, right? So that's why, which is engulfing the prey material from the water with help of the pseudopodia, engulfing into the water, engulfing the cell. So that prey material, which is digestion, takes place in the cytoplasm, right? So that's why. So the digestion takes place in the cytoplasm. So that is called, very well. So that is a common term, intracellular digestion. Once I repeat, intracellular digestion means, okay, the digestion takes place in the cell. Within the cell, the digestion is called intracellular digestion. So once I repeat, the amoeba, which is a single cellular organism, that is protozoa, which is to engulfing the food material, which is engulfing the prey material or ingestion prey material with help of pseudopodia. That food material, which is digestion, takes place in the cytoplasm. That is very important thing. And in intercellular digestion of amoeba, you know very well. So that is, for example, so the amoeba, the prey material which is enters into cytoplasm, the amoeba in the cytoplasm, lysosomes are there. What ma? Lysosomes are there. Very important. These lysosomes are to release hydrolytic enzymes. Lysosomes are there. These lysosomes already we discussed it as previous semester, right? Already we discussed it previous semester. What is lysosomes? You know very well. What is lysosomes, ma? Lysosomes. Okay, so the lysosomes which are present in the cytoplasm, these lysosomes are what happened, ma? So to release hydrolytic enzymes. These hydrolytic enzymes are to digest the prey material into the cytoplasm of amoeba or what is it? Paramecium. Okay, so that is called intracellular digestion. Next one, extracellular digestion. Okay, na? Extra is not extra. Extracellular digestion, nothing but external side. The digestion takes place outside of the cell. The digestion takes place outside of the cell is called Padma extracellular digestion. Intra is completed and now extracellular digestion. Right? This extracellular digestion, remembering one thing, okay, so the digestion takes place outside of the cell. Outside of the cell is called extracellular digestion. Example, metajoans. Metajoans, for example. For example, you should take man. For example, stomach is there. Okay, this is the stomach is there. Stomach is a cell or tissue or organism. Come on, tell me. Stomach is a cell or tissue or organ. Come on, tell me. Anybody? Anybody? Stomach is a cell or tissue or organ. Tell me. Anybody?
Sir, it is organ.
Okay, very good, very good. Excellent, excellent answer, ma. Bushra, excellent answer.
Yes.
Right. Rajita? Rajita?
Yes.
Is organ a tissue? Are you there? Pavitra? Right. Okay. So this stomach is an organ. You know very well. Organ, nothing but which is formation of a group of tissue to be form of organ. Already we discussed in the previous semester, right? So that's why. So the stomach is a organ. That means group of cells, group of tissue is present in the organ. But so this is a bag-like structure. Bag-like structure. For example, this is here pyramidal is there, right? So this bag-like structure stomach in the stomach. Okay, like we had breakfast already in the morning, right? So like puri, bhaji, like etc. etc. Right? So that food material which is there in the stomach. So the digestion takes place outside of the cell or inside of the cell. Come on, tell me. The digestion takes place outside of the cell or inside of the cell. Any idea? So the digestion, this is the organ. The cavity is there. The digestion takes place in the cavity, not cell. That's why it is a out of the cell. That means out of the cell, outside of the cell, the digestion takes place. That's why human being is nothing but it is an extracellular digestion. Best example, metajoan is the best example for extracellular digestion. Extracellular digestion, right? So very important. So and first in human being, extracellular digestion takes place. Then second, intracellular digestion, right? After digestion, after extracellular digestion, the simple molecule which are enters into a single cell. Simple molecules which are enters into single cell. So in the cell, with help of lysosomes, digestion takes place. Right? Here, in human being, in metazoan, first extracellular digestion, then intracellular digestion. But whereas unicellular organisms, only intracellular digestion. That is responsible for lysosomes. The lysosomes are to releasing hydrolytic enzymes like peptidase, protease, amylase, lipase enzyme. These enzymes to digest the food material in the single cell or animals. Single, that means unicellular animals like amoeba, like protista, sorry, like paramecium, like chlamydomonas, right? Okay, etc. etc. Different examples are there. That is about. That is other thing. And extracellular digestion in metazoan, for example, man, in the stomach, extracellular digestion. After extracellular digestion, that food is which is enters into the cell. So here in the cell, the influence of lysosomes, okay, intracellular digestion takes place. That's why extra and intra. First extra, then intra. Not first intra, next second extra, right? First extra and second intracellular digestion takes place in the metazoans, right? So this is types of digestion, and especially for animals. Okay. Now this is a total topic is completed of the digestion. Now I would like to start 2 minutes today. Already discussed yesterday, na? 2 minutes seminar. Okay, na? This is going to recording, ma. So anybody, any person, Bushra, are you ready? Okay. Now I am going to recording.
Okay.
Okay. So we are going to discussing of today's seminar. Uh, Legend student of Bushra of BJ's final year is going to give. She's going to giving a wonderful seminar about digestive glands. So now I would like to invite uh, Bushra, Shamim. Please welcome to heartily welcome. Ma. You can carry on now.
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Bushra from final year in Vasavi Degree College. Today I'm going to give seminar on an important topic that is the digestive glands. Okay, first, before going to the digestive glands, we should know about what is digestion. Digestion means the breakdown of complex molecules of for our food like carbohydrates, proteins, lipids. It is converted into like carbohydrates converted into glucose, proteins converted into amino acids, and lipids are converted into fatty acids and glycerol in the presence of a hydrolytic enzyme is called digestion. Okay, in digestive mechanism, total three parts are very, very important for digestion. That is, one is digestive tract, second one is digestive glands, and third one is digestive mechanism. Okay, now our main topic came digestive glands. So, as you can see on your screen, it is visible now.
Yes, ma.
Okay, digestive glands. There are five digestive glands are present. Those are first is salivary glands, second one is gastric glands, third one is liver, fourth one is pancreas, and fifth one is intestinal glands. One by one, we will go through the total digestive glands. Okay, first is salivary glands. Yes. Yes, as you can see in your on your screen, sir, salivary glands. The salivary gland main function is to secrete the saliva. The composition of saliva is a 6.8 pH, that is near to the equal 7 pH. Okay. Salivary glands are also responsible for the secretion of an important enzyme, that is amylase enzyme, and another enzyme is also secreted from the salivary glands, that is lysozyme enzyme. The lysozyme enzyme is to kill the bacteria. It is also called first defense mechanism in saliva. Next, the saliva is responsible for the preparation of bolus. Friends, I think you know already what is mean by bolus. The food which we are intaking, food is after mastication, cheap the food is called bolus. That saliva is helpful to formation of bolus. The moisture will come, na, that is the moisture will come because of our saliva. Okay. Next, one important note is there, that is carbohydrate digestion starts from the buccal cavity by the influence of amylase enzyme. Mm. Next, first our salivary glands is completed. Next, we will go for our second digestive gland, that is gastric glands. Okay, the gastric glands is located in the stomach. The gastric glands is responsible to secrete the gastric juice. Okay. The gastric glands contains three cells, namely that is peptic cells, oxytocic cells, and goblet cells. The peptic cells is also known as zymogen cells. The peptic cell is responsible to secrete the trypsin and prorenin enzyme. This trypsin and prorenin is first it is in inactive stage. Later it will be activated by another enzyme which is secreted from our second gastric gland, that is oxytocic cell. These oxytocic cells to secrete the HCl, and our third gastric gland is goblet cells. The goblet cells to secrete the mucin. The gastric juice composition is 1.2 to 2. and concentrated HCl also present. Renin, tepsin enzymes are present in our gastric juice. The HCl, two important functions of HCl is present in our gastric glands. That is, first function is to kill the microorganisms which we are taking with our food, like bacteria. And the second important function of HCl is it is activate the tepsinogen and prorenin enzyme, which is secreted from the first peptic cells. It will activated by the HCl. And now the important question of prorenin, renin and trypsin, that is to protein digestion takes place by these enzymes. Okay, in these gastric glands, only protein digestion takes place. Carbohydrate does digestion does not take place in these gastric glands. Now, our second digestive gland is completed. Next, our third digestive gland, that is liver. Friends, as all of you know that liver is the biggest gland in our body. Okay. The study of a liver is called hepatology, and this liver is covered by an layer is called Glisson's capsule. And our liver is contain one bulb-like structure. That bulb is called gallbladder. This gallbladder is bulb-like structure, and from our liver one juice is secreted. That juice name is bile juice. It is very important for emulsification. Now what is mean by emulsification? Emulsification means breakdown of large fats into small pieces, called emulsification. It is done by bile juice. And one more important thing, that is bile juice doesn't contain any enzymes, whereas other enzymes other juices contains enzymes, but this bile juice does not contain any enzymes. Next, the bile juice contains bile pigments and bile salts. The bile pigments are bilirubin and biliverdin, and the bile salts are sodium cholate and sodium deoxycholate. Now, the bile juice color is golden and yellow ash color, and the bile juice pH value is 8.6. And next, our liver is to filter the toxins. If any person's eats some toxic material, it will be filtered by our liver only. Okay. Whereas the liver is not involving in the digestion, but it is most important for digestion. Okay. The liver is also responsible for the production of erythropoiesis, RBC production. Okay, it is also taking place in the ornithine cycle, like a urea cycle. This is the overview of liver. And our fourth digestive gland is pancreas, where the pancreas is located. So the pancreas is located at the left side of our body, which is between the large intestine and our stomach. The pancreas color is pink. It look like a leaf structure, our pancreas. Okay, the pancreas is a mixed gland which contains a duct part and ductless part. The ductless part and duct parts is responsible for something secretion. That is, ductless parts is responsible for the secretion of hormones, and duct parts is responsible for secretion of digestive enzymes. Like one important enzyme is there, which is releasing from pancreas. That is TOC. That means TOC means T means trypsin, A means amylase, L means lipase, and K means chymotrypsin. And some amount of bicarbonates also released from this our pancreatic juice. And this pancreatic juice pH is 8.2. Okay. Next, it is completed pancreas. Next, our last digestive glands came, that is intestinal glands. The glands which is present in small intestine are called intestinal glands. These glands contains goblet tissues and epithelial tissues. The intestinal gland secretes fluid is called intestinal fluid. That fluid is called succus entericus, which contains mucus. And this our succus entericus also contains some enzymes which is important for protein digestion. Number one, peptidase is responsible, dipeptidase, tripeptidase, and monopeptidase is responsible for protein digestion. And sucrase, in the presence of sucrose enzyme, the glucose and fructose, the sucrose is break down into glucose and fructose in the presence of sucrase and enzyme. Next, maltose break down into 2-glucose in the presence of maltase and enzyme. And our third one is lactose breakdown into glucose and lactose in the presence of lactase and enzyme. Next, RNase, DNase, lipase also present in intestinal glands. And one more last important enzyme is present in our intestinal glands, that is enterokinase. This enterokinase is releasing from intestinal glands, but it is working on pancreas. That is, in pancreas, one important enzyme is there, not trypsin, amylase, total talk, that is code. The trypsin is first present in trypsinogen inactivate stage, and chymotrypsin also present in inactive stage. These two, trypsin and chymotrypsin, are later activated by an enzyme, that is the enterokinase, which is releases from the intestinal glands and working on pancreas. Okay, this is our today's topic. I hope you guys understood it, and thank you so much for cooperating with me. And one more last thing, last but not the least, but thank you so much, sir, for conducting this seminar. You are developing our speech skills, sir. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. You've done a great job, Ma Bushra. Thank you very much for your seminar you have given. So I think I hope you should become a good motivational professor and lecturer and whatever it may be in your profession. So may God.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I would like to invite any other person to be said the seminar. Pavitra, any person ready? Carry on, Pavitra. Carry on, ma'am. Okay, now invite 1 minute. 1 minute. Now I would like to invite one more legendary student about. She is a fantastic student in BJ's final year. Now I would like to invite Pavitra, roll number 12. You must be heartily welcome and to give your valuable 2 minutes or whatever it may. Okay, na? Carry on, ma'am.
It's not much bigger topic, but I have to say this.
Okay.
Simple topic. What this is, explain this all this. So I have to say, sir, video should on or not?
Okay, you can on. You can on video. It's very effective, na?
Is
You should on. You should on, ma'am.
is this visible, sir?
Okay. So only your voice is coming. Video is not visible. Start video. Start video and click blue button. Okay. Now, very good, very good, fantastic. Now you can carry on.
Good afternoon, sir. And everyone.
Okay. No, visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, visible. Ma'am. Carry on.
Now I want to explain that digestion and types of digestion. Simple topic. It will end in 2 minutes. And now digestion. Digestion means not a big thing. It is a process of breakdown of complex molecules like proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates into the simple molecules like fatty acids, and in the presence of hydrolytic enzyme. And this is in this digestion are two types. They are intracellular digestion and extracellular digestion. Intracellular digestion is nothing but digestion takes place within the cell. This digestion takes place within the cell. The examples are like protozoa and porifera. Main example is amoeba. It is a unicellular organism, so the digestion takes place in cell. And now extracellular digestion. extracellular digestion is nothing but the digestion takes place in outside of the cell. Mainly example is metazoan in this man, and these are the two types in digestion, extracellular and intracellular. Mainly in man, two types of digestion take place, extra and intracellular. First extracellular digestion takes place and next intracellular. In unicellular organisms, only intracellular digestion takes place. This is the topic. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much, Pavitra. You done a fantastic job, ma. So may God bless you. I think you should become a good motivational lecturer and motivational whatever information. Thank you very much. Any other person to ready to say the seminar? Any other person? Radhika. Thank you very much. All of you were valuable time. I respect your time. And today you done a great job, Pavitra, and thank you very much. May God bless you. This is Krishna HOD, Sri Vasudi College. Thank you. Signing out.